Chapter 1. Orkshire Valley in the Spring. That was so many years ago, the old witch said to no one. It was autumn, night. The moon was full, just like it had been the night she'd first used magic. She sat there alone, on the huge root of a tree more perfect a bench than even benches could be. It was a blue tree, the only one in a sprawling purple leaf orchard. The blue tree's bark was pale ice, lined with great cracks. Its leaves were as dark as deep ocean currents. "Do you remember?" she asked it, or no one. The autumn was flaring, turning the purple trees vibrant steel gray and blood red and gray-green. Even the grass here was purple. The budding fruits were not yet gold. The ever-purples held their muted hues. Only this tree was blue in that place. Do you remember Orkshire? The old Orcish woman's voice was husky, rusty, little used. The moon was full, and both her eyes were drooping, nearly closed, like crescents, not really looking at anything they saw. She put her palm against the tree and listened to it, listened close, listened for things she knew might not be there at all. Her palm asked. Alas, no answer. She kept her hand there, though. "So many lifetimes ago," said the witch. "Orkshire Valley in the spring. I remember everything." The old witch smiled. The roads were alive like a web, all speckled with dots of dew, and purple trees bore golden apples, golden cherries too. Do you remember? No? No answer. So, alone, she sang. "Orjuk seum okusta, bratgush uamus renila, kanaokbon, magore naokong. Shushatau iorve, dojayawa ezokbril, ok orkecha bamurda, en mukrarid dagothil, bikuakta omungangiari, waiari shule grethe, aglaok nini, agmokraok nini." Orkshire Valley in the spring means moonlight rinsing everything, full as a coin and dry, dry as a bone. Purple trees rustle, the wind's got a chill, a memory of winter, there's frost on the sill. Look at the moon, all caped in bright stars, hooded and hemmed in by mountains, the storm still looks far. At least it did then. Yorkshire Valley in the spring, men boats were skimming down the stream. Magic in each living thing, magic in the way we sing. What did we sing? The cedars were swaying. What was the song? How did it go? Come home to the salmon, bloom wild to the berries, stay dead to some demon I didn't know, back soon to the fairies. Yorkshire Valley in the spring means moonlight rippling in the clean, bubbling stream. The red wind was hissing. I was a kid waking up. I was a kid. Was I ever so young? That's how Nala would remember it. In those days, the early chapters of her life, Yorkshire Valley was a peaceful place. It was the kind of place that was wet year-round, but the air never got humid or heavy. Summers were brief, and each season saw rain, but Nala didn't mind. Everyone knew that she was a rain dog. Nala's house was up on the east side, in an orchard on a mountain, overlooking the valley. The full moon hung low and yellow, peering out from drifting springtime clouds. Nala grew up sheltered and bored. She came from a long line of sorceresses, but her magic hadn't happened yet. Perhaps it never would, she couldn't help but think. It was a sour thought, and Nala decided to think of something else. The spring year of that year was a weird one. The normally noisy house, sequestered in the sprawling, semi-wild orchard at the foot of a mountain. The normally noisy house was quiet. Nala's mama and her Aunt Kyrie went back on the road together every year, but this time they brought the whole house along, Aunt Kyrie's 4 daughters and Nala's 2 sisters. Nala used to wonder if her family had some kind of curse, because all the men in it died. Nala's papa was dead. Both of her sisters had different dads, and both of them were dead too. Gran never talked about a man, not that Nala could remember at least. Nala had actually asked to stay, stressed out by the prospect of trekking through the Jurian desert. So they'd packed up the fruit carts, so full they overflowed. Nala remembered watching her mama and Gran and Aunt Kyrie, all 3 cast a keeping spell over the apples. Everyone smiled that night. And then, just like that, they were gone. The purple grass withered. Leaves fell, autumn came. And then came cold death with its frost and its rain. But no snow. It never snowed much up in Yorkshire. Not long after, Nala started having dreams. Bad dreams. It used to be that she could sleep through anything. Not anymore. The first dream was the worst by far and away. It had been unspeakable, unshareable. Even thinking of it made Nala's stomach turn hollow. Worst of all, once the dreams started, they did not stop. She kept these dreams to herself. As the slow seasons turned, Nala and Granica enjoyed a wet winter. Most nights the pair of them huddled over the soup cauldron and made up stories together, while the rain played the awning like a drum. Granica was full of stories and recipes and poems and small spells. This was the year Nala learned how to cook. Gran taught her to clean a salmon, which she hated, and helped Nala make up her first poem, which exhilarated her. Now it was spring, and the rest of the family was still gone. Now that she had enough time to herself to miss her loud family. She felt bad for ever wishing them away. Guilt began to bloom like mold, souring the sweetness of the winter's vast emptiness. Mountains and rivers and dense trees kept the wide world long at bay, and so did all the magic. There was magic in the flowers and the fruits. The orchard tulips whispered forgotten secrets to the purple ridge daisies. There was magic in the birds and bugs and a bitter winter wind that bites long after winter's gone. She learned so many things that spring, but wished her gran had bothered to teach her some magic. Nala didn't want her only power to be having bad dreams. "Beautiful night," her grandpa said, and Nala snapped out of deep thought.